Well, you know, I used to fight. I used to be a boxer. I used to be an amateur fighter. Because I was an artist as well. And for some years, until the beginning of the end of the 1990s, and then I decided to stop because I was writing about difficulties I had in creating, and that became much more interesting to me than basically the working on paintings. What's important, the work itself or its power of transforming? And you know, if something else can transform you, then that sounds like a pretty good substitute for things, as far as I can see. I remember I used to take people from Brazil to museums in New York and places like that, and I would have people looking at a Jackson Pollock and crying, and it's very tempting. It would be very nice to think that the emotion came from the Jackson Pollock. Of course it didn't. The emotion came from, in first place, seeing a Jackson Pollock of 4 meters by 2.5 meters for the first time. They've only seen it in reproductions that size up to date. So if you took a painting to the moon and left it in the moon, the little guy in the moon isn't going to go up and say, God, I'm really feeling very moved by this piece. Of course it's not. It's cultural specific. It's a cultural factor. It's historical. It's contextual. There's no way of separating these things. What are the factors that make someone just go beyond the normal in their activities? I'm Charles Watson, lecturer on creative thinking, boat building as well, and for Meet Joe. Art is what makes life more interesting than art.